Hey folks, this is Rock and Roll King Robert R. McFarland talking to you, and I want to do a complete review of all the parts on the Sun and Moon Banjo. Now, I just picked this banjo up from Chris Sorenson last week, and we did a video, and he went over the finer points, the major components of the banjo, but I want to go over every part of what makes the Sun and Moon Banjo a unique sounding banjo. And again, this banjo was made by Chris and Stephanie Sorenson from Companion Custom Banjos in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So, just a quick look at it right now. There's the headstock. We have the inlays on the fretboard all the way up. And then we have the back. So let's put the camera on the banjo now, and let's check out every component of what makes the Sun and Moon Banjo sound unique like it does, and we'll get to look at a work of art. Okay folks, let's take a look at the headstock first. You're going to see some reflection of things in the headstock. That's just because it's highly glossy. But at first we can see McFarland, Chris Orson actually put my name in there. And we have 5 stars, one on the headstock up here at the top, and one behind each tuning peg. And again, this banjo was built by Chris and Stephanie Sorenson from Companion Banjos in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So we have the custom Sun and Moon cloud inlays down the fretboard from the Depaule Company, okay? So we ordered those offline, actually made for a guitar, but Stephanie Sorenson cut those for banjos. Now, the 2 that she made up to make this complete, one's at the 21st fret, the other one is at the 12th fret. So she actually made these to coincide with the other ones to match, and it was custom fit for the banjo. So again, we have the Sun and Moon cloud, if you will, headstock. And here in a second on the video, I'm going to post a picture of my original drawing. Then I'll post a picture of the headstock so you can see how Stephanie brought that to life. But just a gorgeous headstock right there. Okay? So each peg hole has a star behind it. So we have 5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which also coincides with, you know, sun and moon in the sky. So we have gold 5-star tuning pegs. We'll look at those in the back here in a second. It's a double cut traditional headstock. And we also have a bone net right here. So let's look at the back of the headstock. Okay, again, folks, we can see the back of the headstock, curly maple. We have amber buttons, which we get to see right here real close. Look, check it out. Which kind of give it a unique vintage look, but really goes good with those, with the honey finish. So the back of the neck is tiger. Why I wanted to do the 5 stars on the headstock, there's a 5-star tuning peg on the 5th string and actually has a star with a 5 in it, which is the 5-star logo. You can barely see it there. So again, the honey finish on a tiger maple neck. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, then we have Chris Sorenson made the neck. We'll talk about that here in a second. Jimmy Cox made the resonator, and just look at the flame maple on that. Again, just an absolute beautiful piece of work. Okay, so that's the back of that. Okay, continue talking about the neck. Again, we have the bone nut here. This is an ebony fretboard. Okay, now the neck was made by Chris Sorenson. It has a flatter profile than most typical Gibsons and has a honey finishing. Okay, it also has a ebony heel on the neck, which we've seen on the back. I'm not going to flip it back over again, but we have cream binding. You can see that. That cream binding really goes great with the honey finish, okay? 10 coats of finish went on the neck and the resonator. I just wanted to add. So this is the whole neck and headstock. Let's pause the video. Let's take a look inside at the mahogany rim and also the brass tone ring. Okay, folks, here's a look without the resonator on the back. But let's take a look at the companion banjo. If I can get this dialed in here. Stamp. And this was just completed on March 10th, 2017 by Chris Sorenson. I don't know how to zoom in there. Oh, there it is. Cool. So there we go. There's the companion banjo logo. Completed March 10th, 2017 by Chris Sorenson, Ann Arbor, Michigan. Again, we get to take a look at this mahogany rim. It's a block style. So that's actually a piece of work itself, really. And this collar goes great with the honey finish. So we can actually get down here and see a little bit of the tone ring at the bottom there. And we'll show you a little better picture here in a second. That is the back of the banjo without the resonator. There's the tone ring and the block rim. Again, it's a mahogany block rim. Not sure how many coats of finish it on there, but it is a nice look. You can see how good it looks with the honey finish. I mean, just almost matches it. Again, right here we have the Foltz brackets. Now these have a tri-leg on it. So this little button right here, these little legs right here, are added for stability. So normally you just have an L bracket, but Foltz added this right here. So Chris said after he's seen these, I had him special order this for this banjo, he's probably going to use these in all future builds. That's how great of a component Chris thinks they are. A funny story just to show how honest Chris is. He told me, and here's the ebony neck plate that we missed on the first round. He told me that he owed me one screw, and it was this one right here. We'll check it out. This one right here. This is nickel, as the rest are gold. You can barely see it. But he goes, I owe you that little screw. I'll mail that to you. I said, Chris, just leave it like that. That's what makes the banjo unique. People wonder why that one is nickel instead of gold. So we left it like that. But again, that's the inside of the banjo. So let's take a look on the outside of the banjo with the bridge next. Again, folks, while I have this resonator off, I just want to show you the back of the resonator. Just looks phenomenal. The cream binding, again, this was made by Jimmy Cox. Also here, completed in 3, which is March 2017. But we have the gold lug nuts there, or fasteners, I should say, for the resonator. Just a beautiful piece of work. You can even see how it was spun right here. See the swirls in the middle, the circles? Just a beautiful piece of work by Jimmy Cox. Folks, so we're here at the top, and we just want to check out this. This is a Snuffy Smith bridge, maple with an ebony cap on it. Now, not sure which way we'll be looking here, but we'll show you as best we can with the light. Snuffy Smith bridge there. This is the Foltz parallel 1934 tailpiece, and it has the XYZ20 knob on the button there. Okay, so again, Chris Sorenson made this armrest. It's your standard nickel armrest, but he just put that flame maple cap on there that matches the honey finish. What's unique about this banjo is, working with Chris, we wanted to do gold and silver. So we actually have, if you look at it here, we have, of course, the honey finish, but then we have the mahogany rim, then we have the brass tone ring. And that tone ring was made by Chris Orson. It's a no-hole brass tone ring spun in his shop. Then we have the nickel top and the flange here with gold hooks. Then we also have the gold buttons here to tighten everything up. So we did, you know, basically it's like every other thing. Nickel, brass, gold, whatever you want to call it. Nickel, then gold. So we did a combination of all those. And I'll have all the specs on the listed below. Let's take a little better, we can get this in the light here. There we go, the Foltz tailpiece. I got this sitting on top of my case, so I don't want to lose it and bust anything. But we also have a Remo head. I wanted to get a 5-star head, but so far they don't make those anymore. So if they do start to make those, we'll get that again. But folks, that is the Sun and Moon Banjo. Just to give you another little tour here. Well, folks, that's the Sun and Moon Banjo. See the description below. I'm going to copy and paste all the specifics that I went over so you can actually read them if you missed something, or maybe I misquoted something in the video. I was trying to do a lot of that from memory. But right below this video and the information, check that out. Every part will be listed in there. Again, I had this banjo made from Companion Custom Banjos in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Chris Sorenson was the master builder, and Stephanie Sorenson, his wife, did all the inlays in the fretboard. So again, I couldn't be more happy with them. I met them. They're awesome people. They truly love what they're doing. The interview I did with Chris Sorenson, check that out. But like he said, you know, it's all banjos for them. So they're dedicated to this craft, and they do make fine instruments. And as a side note, I actually told Chris this the next day after I got home with the banjo. I picked this banjo up in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and we went to Elderly Instruments in Lansing, Michigan, to check out some banjos and mandolins, me and my dad. While there, I picked up probably 11 to 15 banjos. I can't remember how many, but I picked up quite a few. Any name that you can throw out there, you know, was all the major brands I picked up. The only thing I think I didn't might pick up might have been a Gibson, but I picked up new and used banjos anywhere from $1,000 to $7,400. And I got to tell you, folks, this banjo was better than all of them except one. And I think it holds its own with that one. But that was a $7,400 banjo. And again, I don't want to mention the name, but $7,400 banjo compared to this banjo was the only one, and my dad agreed, and my dad has been playing banjo and listening to bluegrass music for over 60 years. He agreed that this banjo here stood up to all of those and passed all of them except one. One was comparable. You know, again, ears would tell the difference here and there, but when I got this banjo home, it came with 9 strings on it, a set of 9 strings. I actually used, what I have on this one is the Sonny Osborne set, which is a PF 175. So that set contains 11, 12, 13, 22, and 11, starting with the first string up to the 5th string in that order. I usually play with PF 180s. It has a 10 on the 5th string, which I replaced with 11. I like the 11 on both the 1st and 5th strings. But I'll tell you what, folks, when I did that, guaranteed, this banjo was as good as any banjo but Elderly Instruments. Guaranteed. It could hold its own with any of those banjos. Even the $75 or $7,400 banjo, I would have picked this banjo. For looks and sound, this banjo had them all. So I told Chris about that. I can't be more satisfied with the purchase and also the outcome. I mean, again, just look at the finish on that. I mean, you could almost lick that off the screen. Just an awesome banjo, look-wise and also sound-wise. Before we go, I just want to play a little song for you. I'll stop the video and put my picks on just to give you a taste of what it sounds like. Alright folks, got my picks on. We're going to play an old standard called Cripple Creek on the Sun and Moon Banjo. Folks, that's the Sun and Moon Banjo made by Chris and Stephanie Sorenson from Companion Custom Banjos in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Give them a shout out. I'll have their links posted below, the website, Facebook page, YouTube channel. Check out their other videos. Also check out my interview with Chris Sorenson, a master banjo builder who built this banjo for me. We go over his love for banjo, why he's building banjos, his favorite songs, his favorite banjo players. Check out my Facebook page, Robert R. McFarland. Check out my YouTube channel, Robert R. McFarland. I just released a rock and roll album, 22 original songs. Released here. It's called Robert R. McFarland Rock and Roll. That's the name of the album. I have 3 songs on there featuring banjo. One's a bluegrass tune called My Dog's Name is Rusty, which people absolutely love. There's another song called Pete's Song. It's an instrumental, has banjo on it. There's a rock and roll song called God's Love Is Collar, who has banjo on it also. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. I absolutely love this banjo. Again, I always say the back looks just like the sun. Just absolutely beautiful with the honey finish and all the inlays. I couldn't be more happier with this banjo. Stay tuned. I'm going to play some more songs on other videos so you can hear what this banjo can do. And I'm also going to give banjo lessons using this banjo. So stay tuned for my YouTube channel. I hope you enjoyed this video of all the components that went into the Sun and Moon Banjo. Check the list below for the complete listing of each individual part. Folks, this is the Rock and Roll King. He's got his Sun and Moon Banjo. He's rock and rolling, but he's also playing the 5-string. Keep picking, my friends. We'll see you in the next video.